Hello, Leo. Thank you so much for joining me today on Fortune's Wheel Tarot. This is going to be a reading for August 2023, or whenever this message finds you. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Spirit and angel guides, keepers of the divine white light, keepers of the Akashic records, ascended masters, what are the messages for Leo at this time, please? Messages for Leo at this time, please. Thank you. Your first card out is the King of Roses. Your second card is the King of Forces. 2 kings. Your third card out is the Six of Roses, the War of Roses. On the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Scrolls, Paths Unknown. This card is about choosing your path. And you can see one way is clear here. There's another path that's here with a little dappled shade, and then one over here that's quite dark. The basic message, well, I shouldn't say basic, the ultimate message of this card is do not be so focused on your agenda that you neglect the joy of the journey. There are many interesting and amazing things that can arise unexpectedly on the path not taken. I always think of the poem Robert Frost whenever I believe that's Robert Frost. See, I always forget. I need to have that in front of me. At any rate, the path less taken, and that has made all the difference. So sorry to ramble on about that, but someone probably needed to hear that, Leo. So keep that in mind, that you can safely journey off of the beaten path, take those lesser traveled paths safely. Just don't get too far into the underbrush, so to speak. You have the ability to be aware, and that's always good in any situation. I'm going to clarify these cards for you now with some cards from the Everyday Witch Tarot. Thank you, Spirit and Angel Guides, for these beautiful messages for Leo. What are the clarifying messages for Leo at this time, please? On the King of Roses, Judgment. On the King of Forces, the Five of Wands. On the Six of Roses, the War of Roses, the Nine of Swords. I'm always amazed how these cards tell a story. And on the bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. So this is, in the traditional Rider-Waite, this is conformity, societal norms, even religion for some people, traditions. In the Everyday Witch Tarot, it is about taking the time out to get in touch with your thoughts, and you can see this person meditating is doing just that. And so perhaps for some of you, this is something that needs thought and examination for you, is exactly which path to take. So we won't get too far down that road since they're just on the bottom of the deck. We will move on. The first card out for you, the King of Roses. Obviously, in any reading, whenever any of the kings or queens come out, it has to be noted that this could always be a new love interest. Male or female, doesn't matter. Either of the kings or queens could mean a new love interest, so take that how it resonates with you, Leo. The King of Roses is a very gentle and loving king. You can see he's holding 2 roses in his hands there, one red and one white. The red is for passion, the white is for purity, and he is capable of both. He's got yellow roses all around his feet there, which stand for creativity and healing. And this is a man a masculine energy, male or female, who is very balanced and loving. So very well-rounded indeed. So, as I said, this could indicate a potential union, but this could also be a friendship. It could even be a business union of some kind. There's a tender-hearted support with this card. This is someone who is very thoughtful and someone who could be very helpful to you in your personal life with home or family issues. And whether this represents you or someone else, someone could be stepping into the role of husband or father, but it's time for you to have a more loving and compassionate way of standing up for yourself, is what I'm feeling. I feel like some of you need to give more love and compassion to yourself, because that always starts from within anyway. So we all have to love ourselves first before we can love anyone else, truly. I had a strong desire to share these Akashic Tarot cards with people because of the messages, and to share the Akashic records, get people interested in that if I could. And so I want to share the Akashic force for each card, if I can try to remember to do that with these readings, because I feel like it may be beneficial to some people. So if you don't want to hear this, just skip ahead a few seconds. The Akashic force for this card reads, "Close your eyes and step into the robes of the King of Roses. You are the king of family, home, and community. Feel a sense of care swell within you. What would you like to bring to the world around you now?" This was clarified by the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is about the truth coming out, basically, awakening, things being brought to light. So maybe this is what this means for you, Leo, is what do you want to bring this energy to right now, to bring it out into the open? And that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So if, for some of you, I just felt as I was laying these down that if this is someone who's coming into your life as a romantic interest or a potential new love, it could be that there's something that you have to let go of before this can be fully realized. Maybe this is someone you already know. If they're not already in your life, they could be coming into your life soon. But for some of you, there's something that you have to let go of before this can come in. And I think part of the reason that I felt that when I went to put these down is because I thought about this whenever I pulled this second king for you. And when the Five of Wands came out to clarify it, the King of I said King of Wands. That's interesting. This is actually the King of Forces in the Akashic Tarot, but it is similar to the King of Wands. I'm sorry about that reflection. I am sitting outside, and so it's a new setup. It's a bit of a challenge to pay attention to what the recording's doing and try to focus on what thoughts are coming in as well. And so at any rate, the King of Forces is like the King of Wands, so he is, a king of action. But this is the king of nature. You can see the nebulous in the sky there, the animals at his feet that are natural enemies that are together there, are in peace. So he's exuding a calming influence over them, and this can indicate the presence of a masculine energy who has a powerful and positive energy, who comes with good intentions, and, is very gentle, and honesty resonates from him. So again, this could also be you. This could be you. And so, this could be a love interest as well. And this is a good card, but being clarified by the Five of Wands, it gives me just the feeling that I got was that this potentially is a king that either you two kings are the two energies that masculine or feminine, you are not agreeing for whatever reasons, because the Five of Wands is, you see these witches here in this card. They are not happy with each other, and they all think that their way is the best way. And there's no way, you got to be able to stop and listen to each other and hear each other. And sometimes competition and rivalry and whatnot, and the need to be right, whatever, those things all get in the way. And so it's up to you to decide, is this worth it? Is this you and this other king, this other masculine energy? Are you two a couple and you're arguing? This could be a business relationship that, and you just got to be the calm and peaceful one, and that can be hard sometimes. But the other meanings to the King of Forces are, this, if this is somebody coming in for you, this king represents, the natural, careers. So it could be anything: astronomy, electronics, sciences, environmental stuff, all kinds of stuff like that. Any kind of activity having to do with energy or nature. And this could be beneficial to you at this time as well. If you're not in any of those careers, maybe just being outside like I am right now. I love being outside, so I totally resonate with that energy. But feel balance and the beauty of nature around you, and know that this is always moving within and around you, Leo. The Akashic Force for this card reads, close your eyes and sense the King of Forces by your side. Feel universal beauty and power move within you, through you, and around you. Feel how gentle this force and wisdom are. How will you rule the forces and allow them to serve you? The third card that I got out for you is the Six of Roses, the War of Roses, clarified by the Nine of Swords. Obviously, a card that has war on it. This is indicating that there is a potential conflict in a relationship. And you can see that there are two different sides on the battlefield there. the red and white roses. And this is indicating that I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. It's totally distracting me. This could refer to not just a romantic relationship or one in your family. It could be one with a coworker, a friend. There could be power plays right now. But at the very least, there is a lack of communication in this situation and reciprocity. So you have basically come to an impasse right now with this situation. I think you've given all that you can to it. And your intuition is what's represented by the white rose. And the red rose represents your fears, your passions, and your needs. And you've tried to bring these two together and bring peace to this. That's what this flag on the ground indicates there, the red and white flower rose on the ground there. But what's happening in this relationship is not compatible with what is meant for Spirit's plan for you, so to speak. So this situation is definitely karmic. And do your best right now to self-honor, be aware, and you've got to make plans to leave the battlefield. The Nine of Swords clarifying this. This is worry, right? She's been up all night. And there's no resolution to this, unfortunately. I think you've worked very hard. But it's up to you to decide when it's time to leave the battlefield, figuratively or literally. So it's up to you to decide whenever you're done fighting this battle, and you're either going to make a decision to stay and be quiet and deal with things the way they are, or you have to do something else. So however that resonates with you, Leo, you're the one who has to make that decision, of course, whatever is best for you. The Akashic Force for the Six of Roses, the War of Roses. Close your eyes and see or sense a person with whom you have some type of relationship. It can be any relationship that's happening in your life. Imagine that person handing you a rose. Is the rose vibrant or wilted? Large or small? Bright or dark? Happy or sad? What message do you receive from this rose? I think with that being clarified by the Nine of Swords, there are some of you that have been struggling with some arguing, bickering for a long time. And potentially you have tried to remain the peacemaker through it all. But for some of you, I feel that there is something coming that is much more loving, benevolent, kind, and caring. And you just have to accept that. You have to come to the truth of that and the awakening of that if you're going to continue in this, whatever it is, or if you're going to make the decision that it's time to leave the battlefield. Again, I apologize if you can hear my dog barking. It was thundering, so I'm sure that's what he's barking at. I'm going to pull a card for you from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. These generally tie these messages together so beautifully, Leo. So let's see what Spirit has to say for you today. Thank you, Spirit and Angel Guides. What is the best message for Leo at this time, please? The best message for Leo at this time, please. Eyes of the eagle rising above the fray. I love this card. Whoops, if I can get it to stand up here. Number 18 reduces to a 9. Eyes of the eagle, protection, inherent trust, rising above the fray. The eyes of the eagle offers you the gift of foresight, the skill of looking ahead to see the unfolding of destiny before it all manifests as reality. The eagle's extraordinary vision allows it to spot the tiny mouse from its lofty perspective as it flies thousands of feet into the atmosphere. In a similar fashion, you too can train your keen eye to discern the workings of humans. Eyes of the eagle is an invitation to witness the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, yet react to nothing. Act only to further your noblest calling. The eagle flies above all creatures. When it meets obstacles, it simply rises above them. Know that you are protected. You can fly high above the judgment slings and arrows and the darts of envy from others who may not have your great wings and are still arguing with the pigeons over crumbs. Trust that you are ready for whatever fortune has placed before you, even if you feel not yet properly equipped to meet its challenges. Your willingness to say yes to Spirit has nothing to do with how well outfitted you are. Hesitating, on the other hand, will suck the air from under your wings and make you lose altitude. You are called now to trust your heart and your instincts, to move fearlessly and not waver. The time is right, and no harm can come your way if your motives are pure and you act courageously. If your motives are pure and you act courageously, Leo, no harm can come your way. There's no time for you to be arguing with the pigeons over the crumbs. So fly high, maintain that peaceful, benevolent spirit. I know you're a fire sign, but I know it takes Leo a little bit to get to the point where he's ready to roar, so, or she. So just maintain right now. Do yourself that favor. The final card that I'm going to pull for you is from the Divine Abundance Oracle deck by Tasha Silver, and all of these decks will be listed down in the description box below if you're interested. Liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe them anymore. You don't believe anymore that they're you. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. I hope that you feel that liberation. I hope that that's what this is for you, Leo. I hope that you are making the choice to leave the battlefield, whatever that may mean for you, even if it's just to go within, to take the moment to gather yourself. And then remember that those doubts and fears just They just don't affect you anymore because it's not you. I truly hope that this reading has resonated with you. My thoughts go out to you, and my prayers and love and light to you if there's a difficult situation for you who may be going through that. So if this reading resonated with you, please hit that like button for me right now. I'm trying to get these messages of positivity out to everyone who may need to hear them. And of course, it helps the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so much, Leo. Have a beautiful August. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and I will see you next time. Love and light.